Before I start this video, I'd like to say that the things I say are entirely based on my opinion. You may agree or disagree with any points I raise. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Also, I'd like to acknowledge Lord Rick Cyrell for the gameplay footage of Beta AQWorlds you're viewing right now. Thank you and enjoy the video. In older video games, it is often said by players that this game used to be so much better. After thinking about Adventure Quest Worlds, I too would agree that, during the earlier stages of the game, specifically from the game's full release in October 2008, players such as myself had enjoyed embarking on an adventure where we knew practically nothing. I've talked about PvP in AQWorlds, and this was a fundamental stage for the enjoyment of players. I've heard many different people say that the most fun they've had on AQWorlds was when they first made their character. This is essentially the case due to a few main reasons. Reason 1 being that, at the start of your journey and play as your character, you have accomplished nothing. Meaning that you have everything to do in the game. From here you set goals, and on the way to achieving these goals, meet people, join guilds, learn classes, fight new different bosses, explore the map, and fill your knowledge of the game. Reason 2 is due to the lack of knowledge you have of the game, which makes discovery ever more rewarding. Players now who have stuck with AQWorlds for years know a lot of different details that they obviously didn't know at the start of their playtime. And due to knowing all of this, they don't have fun or enjoy doing repetitive things to achieve goal they've already completed. As the game goes on and you progress, to get to the next stage is increasingly difficult. As for many MMORPGs, there is an exponential growth system to ensure that the longevity of players' playtime is substantial. Here's an example. So at the start of your game, you pick up the Oracle class. It's free and it's pretty good. Next, you move on to the Tower of Mirrors boss to get the Blood Sorceress class. After that, you like to get Necromancer because it's an okay class for soloing and it's safe. This takes a lot more time. Blood Sorceress is based on luck, and you can get it within a day, maybe even an hour. Necromancer, you need to grind reputation and achieve a luck-based drop. After that, you like to get Void Hyled because why not? Who cares, you know? This takes 17 days minimum, don't quote me on that, but it is a class which takes longest to get. Again, don't quote me on that, but I'm confident it is. So now you see the exponentiality of the AQWorlds power system. People lose interest along the way, and when you get Blood Sorceress, if you do, it's very rewarding and only takes a short amount of time. Things get less and less interesting to achieve higher goals. People in the present day are fixated on achieving these higher goals, such as Necrotic Sword of Doom or Sepulchre's Doom Knight armor, and in turn do not receive the funnest feeling of playing the game, the community, and learning and achieving things that don't take any time to get. Reason 3 is a hasty generalization, however I think that it's supported with evidence I've seen during my time playing. The community of early AQWorlds was as a whole working to help each other. With a lack of knowledge, there is more value in learning. People who made videos on how to do things back in say 2009 would have been more popular than today's guide makers. AQWorlds has been declining in player base as a whole, but this may be due to an issue I'll talk about later, botting. And AQWorlds YouTubers have been increasingly slightly every year that goes on. This is an issue of supply and demand where the demand for YouTubers is very low and the supply is very high, which leads to people creating accounts, getting not many views, and just not succeeding, not having as much fun. An issue worth mentioning is the age factor. People who played in 2008, like me, were about 8 to 12 generally, and I'd say that the player base today is around 12 to 18 or close to that. You may agree or disagree with me, but probably disagree. I guess we all just take the game too seriously, focusing on efficiency more than fun. In conclusion, I guess the tight community that once was AQWorlds had increased into an unmanageable amount of players that focused on the negative features such as the client and the game reboot and such like that. Also, another thing worth mentioning is Twitter and Twitter's involvement and people on Twitter who play AQWorlds arguing and other things that negatively impacted the game and the players. But there is a good thing on Twitter called art. Lots of people do art on Twitter for AQWorlds, such as LAE. He's designed many different armor sets, and many to come, hopefully. He's a very good artist. So that's just a few examples of what impacts the game, what has impacted the game, and things worth mentioning about the game. Thank you for watching.